Hey guys, I'm Eric, and today we're going to look at two new mini-ITX chassis from Lian Li, the PC Q27 and the PC Q28. Now, while both of these chassis are smaller than your average case, they do hold many of the components of a larger ATX chassis. Now, let's get started by looking first at the PC Q27. So to take a look at the PC Q27, we see that it's a very narrow but tall case, making it a good office PC or a light gaming PC. We have a standard 5¼ inch bay here, as well as our power button at the front. On the side, we can see that it is lifted up off the ground to help with ventilation, which is very important since this is a fanless chassis. In the back, we have even more ventilation along here, one PCI slot, as well as room for a standard form factor power supply. Off to the side, we see that we have our USB 3.0 ports, which are not on the front or on the top of the chassis, making it easy to get to but not being in your face. So let's take a look at the inside of the chassis. Inside the PC Q27, we have a railing system motherboard tray similar to the idea of the PC 9N, just two rails instead of a standard tray. In the front, inside the chassis, we have room for either a 2.5 inch drive for an SSD or a 3.5, which is being installed on the front. And if we take a look at the bottom, and for more storage potential, a 2.5 inch drive go here, as well as a 3.5 on top of it. For those who want to add more cooling to the PC Q27, these rails easily come out and a 120mm fan can be placed. Well, that concludes the PC Q27. Now let's take a look at the PC Q28. So now let's take a look at the PC Q28. This is larger than the PC Q27 and is ideal for either a gaming LAN case or a NAS case, since it can hold many hard drives as well as a large graphics card. At the front, we see we have a 5¼ inch bay and a power button, much like the PC Q27. And also like the PC Q27, is elevated off the ground, allowing for more ventilation underneath the case. In the back, again, we can fit a standard form factor power supply, and there are two PCI slots that are in here for your graphics card. On the side right here, again, like the PC Q27, our I/O ports are here, two USB 3.0 ports, but also added are HD audio connections. So now that we've seen the outside, let's take a look at the inside of the PC Q28. Looking into the PC Q28, we can see that we have lots of room for hard drives. Up to 4 3.5s can fit in the top cage, as well as a 2.5. Now, for those who don't want to use this top cage, it's easy to remove just by removing these two thumb screws in the back and sliding this cage out. For the bottom cage, two more 2.5s or 3.5s can fit, and again, this cage can be removed just by taking out these two thumb screws as well as two screws in the back. Graphics cards up to 290mm can fit inside this case, as well as the motherboard system is similar to the PC Q27, this railing mount motherboard tray. For fans, there's a 140mm fan in the front pulling in air through the bottom of the chassis, and there is an air filter there to prevent dust from coming in. At the top, there's a 120mm fan blowing the hot air out. And with that, that sums up our look at the PC Q28. Hey guys, thanks a lot for taking a look at these cases, the PC Q27 and the PC Q28. If you have any questions about these cases, please feel free to go to Lian Li's website, which is www.lian-li.com, as well as you can visit their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/lianlihq. Alright, thanks a lot and have a good one.